team is going to be, who the leaders are going to be. Do you get that sense that does this year feel like the way last year sort of started?
Yeah, I do, and I think a lot of it was last year it was all so new. So last year that you're going to have that. This year we've had a lot of changes. We have 3 returners on offense, so it's one of those things where it's kind of you just kind of want to figure out who you are, what kind of football team you're going to be. And we've had 2 games to figure that out. Now we're going on the road to play a pretty good opponent, so I think this game is going to help us figure out who we are and what are we going to rely on whenever we're facing some adversity. So.
Coach said there's a sense of urgency. He feels it from you guys, and obviously going to Big 12 play. How do you feel things are different this week, knowing the Big 12 is ahead of you?
Well, yeah, number one, the Big 12 play is ahead of us, and I also think number 2 is, we've had 2 games where, how do I word this? As an offensive line, especially in the offense last game, we felt we left a lot out there. We didn't play very well. And that urgency kind of comes from us, trying, that desire, that want to, that attention to detail to be great, because we know if we can put it together on both sides, offense and defense, we know it's going to be able to stop us. So I think that's a big urgency, big selling point. We're going on the road. It's going to be a great atmosphere going to the University of Houston. We have a lot of kids on the team from Houston. I'm from the Houston area, so it means a lot to me. Can't wait to get down there and play. But yeah, the attention to detail this week is I haven't felt anything like it this year so far. So.
Sonny also mentioned it seems like you were kind of starting to find your way as a leader. Just what's that process been like for you so far?
Yeah, for me, I've played a lot of ball around here, and I've seen a lot of things. I've seen great players. I've seen good things happen. So it's been kind of on myself. I took it upon myself to impose my knowledge and impose things that I've seen and what worked, and try to help guys get to where they want to get to. Just because I've seen it before and I've had great leaders in front of me help me get to where I wanted to get to. So just trying to help other guys.
Is there a guy in mind that you just had a leadership side that you kind of wanted to emulate from the past?
Yeah, definitely Ben Whitfield. Ben Whitfield, he's kind of the guy that now I'm trying to show him the ropes because he's an offensive lineman. But from the past, I think that was the question you asked, was Lucas Niang. He was here my freshman year, and he just kind of left his imprint on me, and it was something that really helped me. I still think about it now. Some of the things that he's taught me. So.
You got a lot of friends and family coming to the game?
Well, it's funny. I have as much as I can. There's I had so many people reach out, and I didn't want to tell anybody no. So there's I got my immediate family, and anybody else who wanted to come to the game, I'm like, listen, I don't know if I can help you, but I'll do my best. But I do have a good number, like 12 or 13. So.
Andrew, there's been some talk the last couple of weeks about this team had a bigger chip on the shoulder, wanting to prove that last year wasn't a fluke. How do you guys still do that?
Yeah, and I think it's just day by day. It's just attention to detail. We can't get caught up in everybody talking about last year, because last year's team is last year's team. We're a totally different group. We have different leaders. We might be slightly different in some areas and the same in the others, but it's just a different team. So I think every week it's attention to detail. And I think one thing that we did and that we do well is we try to take everything 1 week at a time. Don't get caught looking ahead. Don't circle games on the schedule. Just take everything 1 week at a time. And I think we've done a good job of that. I think we should keep going forward doing that. This week we got Houston, and that's all we're focused on.
It's kind of what you guys did last year before people even were paying attention to you, wasn't it?
Yeah, just that's one thing that I really, really love about this group is we just take everything 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. What do we have to do to get better today? And that's one thing we talk about in the line room a lot is what are you going to get better at today individually, and then what are we going to get better at as a unit? And then every day we just keep stacking days. Hopefully every day we just keep steady increasing. Some days you might take steps back, that's okay. Next day's gonna be even better, right? So that's just how this team takes everything.
How have you seen Chandler's development in these first couple of games starting this week?
Yeah, so game 1 to game 2, tremendous improvement. You can just tell that he's getting comfortable, and he's getting, his confidence starting to grow. That run that he had against Nichols where he scored, the long physical run, that should give him confidence to use his legs whenever he needs to. I think he's getting more comfortable back there behind us. We're trying to do our best to protect him. Sometimes that we might have some breakdowns, but you can see him stay in there and deliver strikes. It's really impressive.
There was a run, I think, on 4th down. He's running, his helmet comes off, he lowers his shoulder. When he has plays like that, I guess, how much does that kind of inspire the team when you see him kind of putting his body on the line for you?
Yeah, when you see the quarterback put your body on the line, then you want to do anything for him. You see that we saw it a lot with Max, and now that it's reciprocated with Chandler is great. Whenever you see your quarterback, try to be a go-getter and just gritting his teeth a little bit and being tough, getting first downs, helmets coming off. That makes you want to fight. That makes you want to fight for him and want to give it your all, because if he's doing that, why can't you, right? We're not in the position where we're supposed to be protected all the time, right? He is, and he's doing that. It just gives you all the confidence in which you want to play for him.
Andrew, your dad came to America, right, to study in Houston?
He did.
What is he a football fan?
He's a football fan because all of us, his kids play it. But if we didn't play, football's kind of in the back of his mind. So
yeah.
But so he graduated. He came to America when he was 21 years old. Went to the University of Houston, studied accounting. So this game's gonna be pretty special for him. I remember asking him, did he go to any U of H football games growing up? He said no. Or not growing up. Whenever he said college, he said no. So I was like, this is the first time I'm gonna be in the stadium, and so it'd be pretty cool.
Who will he be pulling for?
I gotta say us, because he's one of those guys. He's born and raised in Nigeria, so he has almost like a country pride. He doesn't get the team pride, if that makes sense. So whenever Nigeria's on the World Cup, it's like, oh yeah, Nigeria. But like if you ask him about like us and like the Texans or the Cowboys, he doesn't feel that same pride for one team.
So after a football game, he ever talk to you about how you play?
He just always does a good job. No matter what. That's just the dad in him. In my family, my mom's the critic. My mom's the one who was like, yeah, that wasn't very good, or you could have done this better. My dad was like, don't see your mom think you did great. So
yeah. Hey, you still want to open a restaurant one day?
I do.
What kind?
Barbecue was the route in my head. Now I'm trying to determine if I want to do my own thing, if I want to franchise. Just going back and forth. I got plenty of time, but I'm not exactly sure. But if I did, it'd be barbecue.
You made the move from right to left tackle this year. What have the challenges been to making that move, and how do you feel you've found some success so far?
Yeah, so I think that the biggest example is either trying to kick a ball with your right foot and then try with your left, or right with your right hand and right with your left. You can do it. You can put pen to paper. It just doesn't look the same. So that my biggest challenge is I can put pen to paper, if that makes sense, but I'm trying to make it look not the same but better. Some of the challenges is footwork, weight distribution. Just a lot of little things that take a million reps to get good at it. I've had, Lord knows how many reps at right tackle, so I'm just trying to do all that and more and catch up and get to where I can be great at left, I think I found a little bit of success, and there's a lot of things I got to work on, just using my hands a little bit better, because, I'm one hand dominant at times. But yeah, I found some success in just getting more comfortable playing the game out there, so.
And how much has Brandon helped you? I know that you guys have a close relationship, and he's right there next to you on the line. He played a lot of left tackle last year. How has that helped you at all?
Yeah, so Brandon, even in his JUCO, whenever he's in JUCO, he played just a lot of both. And he was just trying to help me going back and forth, because he goes back and forth from right to left a lot, and it looks the same to me, but to him, he's like, oh, that felt kind of weird. So he just talks about how he really coaches me up on, what to think about, right? Whenever I'm going, through like a pass set, or I'm going through a down block or something like that. He's what are you thinking about? So he's been helping me trying to figure out, what are my thought keys and how to, be efficient with my movements, and he's really helped me a lot.
We'll go one more question for Andrew.
Andrew, last week Johnny Hodges said that TCU was the laughing stock of college football. I know it was more so in response to the defense against Colorado, but you being a leader overall through the team, but on the offense especially, did you see that as motivation?
We did, because he was right. We didn't do enough to win the game 2 weeks ago, and you can say that offensively or defensively. We had the ball less, and we didn't score, so we didn't do enough to win the game. But yeah, it's motivation. We got to be better in big games and big moments. We're playing at night again. So it is motivation. We have to have that chip on our shoulder again. And he said it was a wake up call, which it was. It sucks that we had to lose, but it was a good wake up call. And now this team never wants to have taste in their mouth ever again. And we'll do anything to make sure it doesn't happen.